Happy New Year, Stampers! I haven't seen you since last year. Am I the first person to say that to you this morning? So anyway, thank you guys for being part of my studio. It has been so much fun to visit with you each day over the last few months and share some videos. So morning, Kathy. I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody for being part of this community, and especially to those of you who sent me little notes that were very kind and said you really enjoy being part of our stamping every morning. So I got some notes from people who said they were inspired to stamp more and to get things organized and to do more projects and even to get ready for next year's Christmas cards. So woohoo, kudos for you. I'm glad that our time together is helpful. And I got a really sweet note from somebody who said that her husband asks her every day whether she's seen her stamping lady from Illinois yet. So whether you're watching now live or whether you're watching later in the day or whether you're watching on YouTube, so hi YouTube fans, I know some people would rather watch there. I am honored that you're choosing to spend some time with us. So today's project is out with the old and in with the new. So let me give you some clarification on dates because I know some people have been confused. Today through January 4th is, yeah, I know it's the new year, 2021, thank goodness, but it's actually the end of the holiday catalog. So if you have things that you still want from here, and I'm gonna show you one this morning, sorry if you thought you didn't need it, then those things are available through January 4th. The link is in the description with a Hostess code for shopping, and a lot of those things are on clearance sale. So you're gonna wanna make sure to check out those sales, even if it's just a couple last things you've gotten. I got several emails from people who said they had things that they were getting right now because it's still holiday catalog, and then they have an order planned for January 5th. Why January 5th? Because that's when the new starts. To make way, we get rid of the old, and then we have the new mini catalog. And I can't show you the inside of this until the catalog launches on the 5th, but there are many, many fabulous new products in there. And the other bonus is that once January 5th begins, every $50 you order, you get a free stamp set or paper pack from this celebration catalog. So if you don't have a copy of this, you don't have a demonstrator yet, I would love to be your demonstrator. Let me know and I will get one of these to you. So that is what celebration is. And I should be thankful someone is vacuuming in my house. I am not complaining, but it is a little bit noisy. So pardon me for 1 second. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, well, I'm sure that I am louder than the vacuum. We should all be so lucky to have someone vacuum for us, right? Ah, goodness. All right. Anyway, this morning I have a project to share with you, and let's just get started stamping because that will be a good way to kick off our new year. So I hope you guys had good New Year celebrations. Ours included a junior high virtual band concert, which was a lot of fun. So, oh my goodness, that vacuuming is noisy. All right, well, I'll get you guys settled here. And yeah, Happy New Year, Tracy. All right, so what I'm starting with is a piece of the Smoky Slate cardstock. So this is the lighter of the two Stampin' Up! Grays. And then I have a piece of the plaid tidings paper, which is from the retiring list. And I am a huge fan of these patterns. The colors match like every season. There's always something in there. So and they're great for girl cards, guy cards, pretty much anything. They're fun, they're fancy, they're whatever. So I have a piece 4x4 cut here, and sometimes I get the question about 4x4 cards or 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 cards. As long as you put this in a regular envelope, you do not have to pay extra postage for it. If you put it in a square envelope, then you have to pay a non-machine surcharge, which right now is 20 cents. Who knows? Well, I think it's 20 cents right now. I guess I can't remember if that's the old or the new charge. So anyway, we have this here, and I'm going to use the Warm Hug stamp set, which has some great greetings in it for different things that are not Christmas specific, certainly. So I'm gonna start with a square, which I've cut with my favorite Stitch Shapes framelit dies, and got this on here, and I'm gonna take from the new a blending brush. Ta-da! And so I have my Melon Mambo ink pad, and when I use these new blending brushes, they'll be available on January 5th. This is an item. They come in a set of 3 that I highly recommend ordering as soon as possible because Stampin' Up! Has already told us that demand has exceeded their ordering. So it's probably not gonna be available for, it might go into back order or non-orderable status for a while. So I'm just lightly brushing, like barely touching, like just little tiny wispy kisses across there so that I can pick up ink. And then I'm gonna tap it once on my paper and then just lightly set it down here. And I'm gonna burnish, and the more ink I pull off it, then the harder I start to push. What I don't want is a big smudge right in the center. And so I'm gonna just start with a really light touch, and then as I work some of that ink off, I'm going to push down harder. So we also have a huge ice storm here this morning. So in addition to vacuuming, if my power goes out, then I guess you'll have to find me a little bit later. So I know some of you guys don't have to worry about ice storms where you live, and I am happy for you. Okay, so I want to get a kind of nice background here because I want a lot of good contrast. And you can see I'm getting a little dark spot in the middle because I didn't stamp off or brush off or tap off, whatever you want to call it, a couple times, but that's okay. And then I'm going to come back with our basic gray because it's the darker of the two grays. And for stamping this greeting, I want to make sure I can see really well. So I have my little eat, drink, and be cozy. And then I'm going to take our heart here and I'm going to add some Melon Mambo hearts, and I will stamp off before I add those. So let's see. I think I want one out here. Okay, I got a partial heart image. That's good enough. Okay. And then one kind of down here. That's where I want my thing to be. And then one down here at the bottom. Okay, goodness. I'm really having a great stamping morning, you can see. All right, so then I'm gonna take a little stamp, little slip of Whisper White. And if you've tried to go to my online store and off the edge of the paper, my goodness, it is it Monday? It feels like a Monday, but it's Friday, so hooray for that. If you've been to my online store and tried to order Whisper White, very sadly, the paper mill that makes the Stampin' Up! Whisper White, and always has closed. And so they unexpectedly let Stampin' Up! Know that they would no longer be doing paper for us. So Stampin' Up! Kind of got caught in a bind there, and they're working on a resupply from another vendor, a replacement for Whisper White. But in the meantime, the second card I'm going to show you features an alternate to Whisper White. So if you don't have Whisper White in your stock, a good idea. Okay, I'm going to use my washi tape trick to hold my die exactly where I want it. And I'm going to layer these through here. And this is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So if you like the idea of having this little tiny tabletop embossing machine and die cut machine for small dies, then you can add it to your cart on January 5th. Again, an item, I don't know what the supply is like on this, but they are gonna be hotcakes because people have been asking about them since the annual catalog came out. So these dies are super sweet to go with this stamp set. The non-Christmas specific ones, hearts, stars, and little mugs. And then of course there's some Christmas specific ones too, but this is a great die set to match the warm hug set. And I'm gonna take my piece here and grab a mini Stampin' Dimensional to put on the back, and then pop this down here on our paper. Okay, so now we have our Eat, Drink, and Be Cozies, and I'm gonna swap it out for the one that I did earlier that doesn't have the little heart smudges. I would have flipped it over and redone it, but you guys don't wanna see that. And so now I'm gonna take this and mount this on my plaid paper, which I will be super sad to see go. So you guys can keep stamping with it, just me. I can't, it's not fair for me to demonstrate things and you're like, oh, so sorry, you can't get that anymore. At least I try not to, so. All right, and you can see this pretty turquoise color here, Bermuda Bay on the back. Just a really nice saturated color. And again, nothing to do with our, what could be a cute Valentine's or just a winter greeting or pretty much anything. So, all right, no worries about being late, Sue. Okay, so that is our out with the old. So this is our holiday catalog card version, which is available. The pieces for this you can order until January 4th, and then they will be gone. So if you're confused about celebration, it doesn't start till the 5th, because on the 5th, like I said, we begin the mini catalog, January through June, and celebration. Okay, so let's do our next project. So I can't show you the inside of the catalog with the suite, although I would love to. It's very beautiful. If you have your catalog, the new catalog, it's on pages 10 and 11 if you want to sort of follow along with us. But the stamp set we're using is Forever and Always. And we are going to use the dies here from, what are the dies called? They're called the Always dies. And these are the pieces here on my little magnet sheet. I know, isn't the coffee cup great? I'm sure, Julie, that coffee cup is going to be a staple in a lot of stamping. So, all right, so we're going to use the love dies. There's also Always and lots of messages on here. And the pieces that I'm going to use this time are a piece of Sahara Sand cardstock and a piece of this really gorgeous upcoming paper. And this one I didn't include the specialty papers in my paper share. So you can still sign up for the paper share. It's available on my blog at LovenStamps.com as a blog post from last week. But this is the Love You Always Specialty Designers paper. And these come in 3 different colors. And so I picked the colors for my project for here from this package. So this would be something to think about ordering on January 5th. And to go with it, there are, of course, matching gorgeous foil sheets. And I didn't realize how many colors there were actually. So let's see, I think they're kind of staggered back and forth. So I have this Blushing Bride and the pink and this champagne color. And let's see, is it 2 of each one? Yeah, so there you can see all the colors of this. And it does have a tendency to curl. Somebody there's a demonstrator Facebook group, and somebody was saying it's like Wonder Woman cuffs. So you'll want to be serious about gluing it down, okay? So, oh, thanks, Melinda. I'm glad you like the card. Okay, so let's work on our new version, out with the old, in with the new. So I'm going to take my cardstock here and fold it in half, and I'm going to layer on this absolutely fabulous, gorgeous foiled specialty paper from this suite, and I picked the blush one here. And then our square that we've cut, because remember we're kind of remaking this card for the new, is actually from the same Sahara Sand cardstock. I'm going to use my brush again, and it's pretty well clean, so I'm not going to freak too much about putting it into my Blushing Bride ink pad. I know, don't freak, it'll be okay. And again, if you missed that one, I'm just going to wipe it across the top because that's the best way to pick up ink. And I'm going to burnish it onto here. Now, when you're working on a colored cardstock, you can be a little bit more aggressive about getting started because it's going to take a little bit more ink. So what I find with stuff like this and with sponging is that pushing harder isn't necessarily the best answer. Just picking up ink and applying ink over and over again to build the layers of color is usually what gets the best effect. And so I'm going to keep going here. Do you guys have a favorite retiring thing that you are grabbing before it's gone? You can leave that in the comments. Or a favorite new thing that you're excited about. So fun. Okay. So, okay, I think that's good. We've got a little more, because we're going to put a bigger thing on this, and I want to make sure that we have a good contrast. Okay. All right, so there we have our blended background here. And what I'm going to do now is die cut, and through the magic of television, I have die cut already the Sahara Sand background and the Love, L-O-V-E, from that really gorgeous foiled paper. You see that? And a whole mess of these little flowers here. So they're a super pretty die from the set also. So let's grab these pieces. And there are a number of ways you can attach these. I'm going to go ahead and use the multi-purpose liquid adhesive, my favorite go-to for tiny things. Oh my goodness, I'm getting tweets about PlayStation 5. My son, has anybody else been on a quest for PlayStation 5? My son determined he's 13, through his research that the best way to get one would be to sign up for tweets from some Twitter account that like tells you exactly when they're back in stock. So I dutifully followed his advice, and now I'm getting tweets all the time about video games that are back in stock. So I don't know, maybe there should be a Twitter feed about Stampin' Up! Stock. That would be kind of funny. All right, so here is our layered, glued love. So we have that there. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and so then to go along with this, I'm going to grab my Rococo Rose, which is the other coordinating paper from, coordinating color from this paper set. And I'm going to stamp the width. So this stamp set has a zillion different ways to use the words love and the words always. So I'm gonna do with love, which is pretty open, right? You could use that for a lot of different things. Love you forever, love you more, love you with my whole heart, blah, blah, blah. All these, sorry, I shouldn't blah, blah, blah those things. But lots of good possibilities there. So not necessarily just for Valentine's or just for smushy, lovey-dovey love. Okay, I'm gonna stamp that on there, and then I'm gonna take this and, you know what, I'm gonna put it on Stampin' Dimensionals here just to pop it up off the paper, especially since we have our layers are the same color, but only separated by a little bit of ink. So I'll put this on there. Okay, I'm gonna move it up a tiny bit. Whoops, a lot if it sticks to your fingers. Okay, and then I am going to come back with our flowers, and I'm just gonna put a tiny dot. Somebody said one time at a demonstrator event, they said dot, dot, not a lot. I think that's kind of a fun way to do it. And honestly, I always say with the green lid glue, which is called multi-purpose liquid adhesive, which I use so often that I know the product number, which is 110755. If you can see it on your paper, then that is enough. You don't have to add more. Okay. All right, so we've got our threes there because we like to work in threes. And then we're gonna carefully flip this over and pop, what the heck? We'll just pop some more Stampin' Dimensionals here on the back of it. And then we're gonna stamp on the inside of our card too, because we have our stamps out. And as I was saying, if you don't have Whisper White, this Sahara Sand is a great option for a lot of color palettes. Vanilla is a good one. Vanilla is still available. And then I'm gonna take our floral here from this same stamp set, and I'm just gonna give a little extra decoration to the sides of our card here. Okay, so we have some little stamping on the inside. All right, what do you guys think? Out with the old, in with the new for some good possibilities. So again, the cutoff date for ordering these things from the holiday catalog is January 4th. Also signing up for my paper share cutoff is January 4th. This card design is one that you could do with your papers from my paper share because they're cut 4x6, and with them you get a package of card bases. I want you to use what you get. I don't want them to pile up, and so I've found that when people have card bases to go with their cardstock, they are much more likely to actually use what they've got. So here's some good possibilities. So can you imagine this same card? I would grab, let's see, I like the cinnamon cider, trim this down to a 4x4 piece, which would leave me 2x4 to use on another project. I would cut my, fold my cardstock in half and cut it to 4 1/4. And this card would be a great one to do with the same layout. So there's so many possibilities with this set of designer series paper. You have to sign up for the share by the 4th so that I can get my papers ordered so that I can get them back to you. And then January 5th, celebration will begin, and this mini catalog will be available. And for every $50 you order, you get a free item from here. So yeah, all right. Well, guys, thanks so much for, I'll come back up here. Thanks so much for tuning in this morning. I hope I will see you again on Monday. Happy New Year. If no one has wished you a Happy New Year yet, I wish you all the best, you and your family in the new year. Many blessings and good things for your life. And of course, lots of stamping. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful New Year's Day. I will see you Monday for, I think Monday is the 4th, so we'll do another out with the old, in with the new project, and give you guys some more ideas on things to say goodbye to, and things to expect in the new catalog. So Happy stamping. Have a terrific day. And if you still need the retiring list, the links are in the description. So happy stamping, guys. Bye-bye.